Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to resolve the jittery body language. One of the most popular videos on the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel is the psychology of the nervous laughter. Why do you do nervous laughing? It's because anytime that you're nervous, you believe that sound is more important than content. And it's like, let's say you're around someone that you find very cool. You want to impress them. And let's say that there's a silence within the interaction. If you're nervous, you're just going to be trying to fill up the silence. And one thing that we fill up the silence with is the nervous laughter. So in that video, I started to talk about how there was this girl named Daniela that made me very nervous when I was in the school bus as a little kid. And I was over here chuckling away when she was trying to make conversation with me, and I scared her off. One thing that I didn't bring up in that video was that there was actually a part 2, now that I think about it. She came back again, and this time she wanted to talk to me again. But this time, instead of the nervous laughing, I was doing the jittery body language. I was touching my neck a lot. I was rolling my eyes a lot. I was scratching my nose a lot. And once again, this spooked her out, and she went back to the back of the bus. See, the jittery body language, this is something that's very uncomfortable because we know that we're doing it, but we feel as though if we don't do it, then things are just going to get worse. One of the things that we need to understand in regards to this is, why do we do it? Why do we keep touching our skin anytime that we're nervous? The reason why is because whenever we touch our skin, this releases a thing called a pleasure hormone. It's something that allows us to know that we are safe. And whenever we feel safe, that's when we're like, okay, I'm touching myself, I'm good. Okay, back to the conversation. But there's a problem. We look really silly right now to the other person. So in situations like this, I don't want to give the basic answer, but it's really about being aware that you're moving around a lot and then making yourself still. And there are multiple people that go through problems like this. Presidents go through problems like this. They're in an interview and they just keep swaying from leg to leg. It's like, what poor optics. You're the leader of the free world and you're behaving like this. If a president can go through it, so can you. So with the president, they have an army of people that are saying, hey, quit swaying from leg to leg. They get the awareness and they're capable of stopping much easier. But if you're just an average person, you're not the leader of the free world, stuff like that, then you're going to have to remind yourself. And each time you remind yourself and you're still, you just actively make yourself still, this carries over to the next interaction. So no reps are lost by doing this strategy. Sometimes I run this podcast where I co-host it with someone else who is anonymous, so he doesn't show his face. So I'm over here talking to him, and I'm pretty much just going by sound waves a lot. And sometimes when I'm going by sound waves, like hearing his voice, I notice like I'm thinking, and as I'm thinking, I'm moving. Even though I'm not nervous, I'm just like, lost in thought. And I'll watch these videos back later on, and I'm like, why are you moving so much for? Stop moving. And the average person will be like, you lost, right? You made a mistake. But for me, that's not a mistake. That's a win. Because now I know not to do it again in the future. So to resolve the jittery body language, first understand why you do it. You do it because you're nervous. And whenever you're nervous, you just want the internal feelings to be expressed in the external world. But this distracts the other person and makes the other person think, whoa, this person is very uncomfortable, and now they're making me uncomfortable. Mirror neurons. So now you're aware. It's like when Daniela walked away those 2 times, I became aware after that. When I saw myself moving back and forth in those podcast episodes, I became aware after that. And each time you become aware and you just gradually slow down, you don't have to abruptly do it. You just gradually melt away the nervous energy to calm energy. It carries over to the next interaction. So try this out and exercise better body language. Thank you very much for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I will catch you next time.